Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First, let me join you in welcoming our new members and our colleagues that return. Also, let me congratulate and commend you, Mr. Chairman, on your leadership role. I think the committee is in very strong and very capable hands, and I look forward to working with you. And also to underscore your comment about the nature of this committee, its bipartisan, thoughtful approach to problems, which we will continue, I'm sure, under your leadership. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General Scowcroft, Dr. Brzezinski, well, welcome. Both of you have been leading American practitioners of diplomacy and strategic thinkers for several decades, and we thank you for your service to your country and for your agreeing to be here today. Let me again commend Chairman McCain for calling this hearing as a series of hearings to look at the challenges which he outlined so articulately that face the United States today and how we may respond to those challenges. This hearing and those that follow will provide us an opportunity to hear from leading experts, retired military commanders, and key leaders in our country about the national security issues that we face. And I welcome a chance to take this broad perspective and broad view. The number and breadth of these challenges seems unprecedented, from Russia's aggressive and destabilizing actions in Europe to the breakdown of nation-states in the Middle East and the rise of non-state actors like Al-Qaeda and ISIL, that threaten the integrity of states throughout the region, to Iran's continued pursuit of a nuclear weapons program and the proliferation risks associated with that, to the growing assertiveness of China both regionally and globally, and to cyber threats from North Korea and from other malign actors. General Scowcroft and Dr. Brzezinski, we would be interested in hearing of your perspectives on each of these challenges and the principles that you believe should guide us in addressing them. They include, and this is not an exhaustive list, but it is a lengthy list. With regard to the Middle East, first, how would you define the near and long-term United States interests in the region? Second, what do you believe will be required to defeat the threats from violent extremist groups like ISIL, both in terms of U.S. policy and international collaboration? And third, what role, if any, do you believe nations outside of the Middle East should play in addressing centuries-old divisions in that region, including the Sunni-Shia divide, ethnic rivalries, and political and ideological divisions? With regard to Iran, there are a variety of ongoing developments. Another round of negotiations just wrapped up over the weekend. A July deadline looms. While it is a few months away, it is approaching quickly. And the Senate Banking Committee is working on legislation that it hopes to mark up as early as next week that would impose additional sanctions. So the committee would be interested in your assessment of the likelihood that these negotiations will succeed or fail, and the value of giving this process the opportunity to play out, in your assessment of Iran's regional ambitions and how Iran will, with or without a nuclear weapon, change the dynamics in that region and also the broader Sunni-Shia conflict. In regard to Europe, how should the United States and its allies contend with an aggressive, revanchist Russia while reassuring our allies and respecting the aspirations of the people of Eastern Europe to draw nearer to our community of nations in Europe? With regard to China, how should the U.S. keep the relationships from spiraling into conflict while still demonstrating to its allies and partners in the region that will help to counterbalance China's assertiveness? And then finally, regarding the cyber problem, our society appears to be very vulnerable to destructive attacks from even small states like North Korea, who currently have no other means of threatening the homeland militarily. And what are the implications of this vulnerability, not just from there, but from many other sources? Let me again commend the chairman and join with him finally in underscoring, echoing, and reinforcing his very, very timely and critical comments about sequestration, the effect of our military, and the need to couple sequestration with reform of purchasing. And with that, I can think of no more thoughtful gentleman to ask to come forward than General Scowcroft and Dr. Brzezinski. Thank you.